It's insane, honestly. It's kind of hard to put. Like, on one hand, it almost feels like mission complete because the whole point of me starting with the promo thing was, you know, it was post-lockdown. Everyone was talking about, yeah, this is the rebuild. And I looked at it like, yeah, it would be great for me to find out if I'm any good at it. But if I am any good at it, I'm getting on at the ground floor of something I think is going to be really big again. Like, Apex 3 was colossal. Like, or I think it was All the Smoke where Tony D battled Nugget, like that, you know, the big London return show. That was, you know, I gave my academy application in that night just because like I was really invested in the scene and I wanted to see it grow. And the whole point of it was like, people aren't making these weird well, people, that's the thing, like one person was making these weird comedy skits and his name was Anderson Burrus. So I looked at it and I was like, you know, this is my sense of humor. This is what my skill set with editing. I want to get better at it. Let's throw this to the wind because the worst thing that can happen is it dies a death. You know, it gets put up in the battle. I get bodied. You know, whoop-de-doo. I'm one of a list of many tryouts that did one and then vanished. You know, best case scenario, this inexplicably goes viral and a bunch of people in my social circles, maybe wider social circles, discover battle rap, and now we've got people buying tickets, people subbing to the Patreon for me and for the other people that they're discovering through me. That was the way that I always looked at it, was, you know, if I do the same thing that everyone else is doing, it's not going to be as good. I can't rap. I genuinely cannot rap on a beat for my life. I've tried. If I could, I'd be making diss tracks, but it's not my skill set. And, you know, and people, and it gets brought up all the time, like, how can you be a battle rapper if you're not a rapper? I do think they are very different skill sets. I massively appreciate anyone that can get on beat, but I always treated it as, look, let's help the rebuild, and if people, you know, want to give me a pat on the back, and in a way it worked in ways I didn't expect to. Like, I got to help indirectly in other ways. I got to help Don't Flop get on their feet because that got me the editing job. It's got me the SovPro job, which, you know, which is a dream come true. You know, I mean, we're probably going to talk wrestling for like an hour later on in the interview anyway, but like it's opened more doors for me in that way. But the Anderson battle to me was like dream bucket list. This won't happen. It would be lovely to dream. And then when it finally got offered to me, I was like, okay, well, that's insane, because to me that was endgame, and it's happened within 2 years. You know, I'm under no illusion of my skill set and level. Like, I know I'm a UK mid-card guy aspiring to be upper mid-card. I genuinely think Anderson is like global, international, elite tier. I went into it thinking, there's no pressure. What's the worst that can happen? I lose 3-0. I'm expecting to lose 3-0. All I can do is be the best that I am. You know, it's a brand new league in front of a London crowd, most of whom are coming from, you know, Twitter Spaces and grime background. So even though it's a battle rap event, most people there aren't going to know who I am. They're going to hear me talk. They're going to, oh, there's Lord Barquad. There he is. Like, so I treated it again like a new audience to try and win over. But I thought that battle would get maybe 10,000 views, 20 at a push. For it to break 50 was ridiculous. And then once it broke 100, I was just like, this is silly now.
I mean, it has to be stressed. I'm sorry to interrupt, because this is, again, context is key for this situation. Shotty Shuffle happened to 2023. There were a number of title matches. Tony Bizzo was absolutely exquisite and got promoted and pushed everywhere. Gemini had a couple of battles that were pretty prolific and well publicized. None of them did the kind of traction that battle did. And UK battle rap has been crying out not necessarily for quality. It hasn't necessarily been crying out for interesting characters, interesting storylines, points of interest that people can latch onto, but it just hasn't been able to cross that threshold into the popular consciousness here and abroad until you're a big part of that. Like I say, man, that must, and we're not comparing it to other people in the sense of, my numbers are bigger than yours, but at the same time, you're in a like you said, you're on the ground level. The battle rap is ascending. There's no doubt about it at the moment, and you're at the ground level contributing to that. That must, as a fan and as a sort of someone still getting their bearings in the scene, that must be fucking insane.
It's great, honestly. Like, but like, I will put my hands up. Like, I take little to no
right
credit.
Not I know where this shit's going right now. No, you pack that shit. If he wants to rap against a broomstick, let him rap against a broomstick and see if it does the same numbers.
Exactly. Well, that's my main contribution to the battle, I think, is that I've always said I'm very easy to write for. You know what I mean? Like fair enough. Like, if he doesn't have those angles to work with, maybe the battle doesn't get the views it is. So in that regard, he's welcome, I suppose. But like, I have took a lot of, you know, the main thing I've taken away from the battle, not the view count. Like, I'm going into it and I'm saying, yeah, I'm the biggest name in UK, but I don't believe that. You know what I mean? Like, it's all character work. It's all shit to add to the fire. But the main thing I've taken away from that I've been able to go to like people like Stro and YD and said, yo, look what Anderson's doing. Like, I'm checking this battle. I'm checking like the viewer tags, and I'm like, yo, he's adding like chess versus T-top to this tags. That wasn't there last week. Another league will drop like their own big battle, and he'll change the meta tags on that battle and release another short with the same tags to get it back in the algorithm. I'm like, do this. What the fuck? Like, I'm checking like Prem's Bobs, and it's got like Premier Battles, UK Battle Rap, and those are the only two tags. And I'm like, maybe add a couple more, guys. You know what I mean? So I'm treating it like a sponge, because that guy was basically my inspiration for promo. And he's still teaching me things via beating me. It's great.